What is up, YouTube? It is Matty, and this is an episode on warming. It's a word I've created. I don't know what if there is an actual phrase already out there for what it is, but it's the it's basically using war-style armies in matchmaking. So yeah, it's what I'm trying to do is practice for the war environment, get familiar with the new troops. So you'll see in my compositions, I'm mixing in bowlers, I'm mixing in. You'll see me use sometimes hog riders, like you can see versus Rich D Psych and versus Dan. I'm dropping in the hogs as well. Before that, I wasn't dropping on that raid versus Kratenwu. I can't pronounce that. Had no hogs or loons, and then again dropping some loons in on Don and Dame, and then in my latest raid back to hogs. So what I'm doing is just trying to get more airtime or get more practice time and feeling these troops in like a war style raid, and that to me is massively helping. It's helping my hit rate within actual clan wars. It's helping me understand how to take down Town Hall 10, so you're going to see a lot more how-tos and a lot more guides coming from me because my confidence is growing. And yeah, it's just a really good, interesting time. What it's also doing is pushing me up in trophies. So you can see I've pushed up to 3-3. That's nothing really, but it's that's just from doing general raids. I'm not trying to rise in trophies. It's just naturally happening from the attacks that I'm doing. I think if we drop down here, yeah, well, you'd have seen me steadily rise up from about Masters 2 to Champions in the last couple of weeks. So yeah, it's for me warming, which is such a funny name, is the good way to do. It's brilliant to do for a few reasons. One, I mean, you are going to struggle on Dark Elixir, so I am rising on Dark, don't get me wrong, so I am gaining. Obviously the higher in cups, the higher the league bonus, and the more Dark it's typically on offer. So I'm sort of hovering and gaining a little bit, but gold I'm raking in, and Elixir I'm doing quite well as well. So a lot of the armies I'm using are quite dark heavy, so less of the Elixir side, which is fantastic. So yeah, it's actually viable. So if you guys are Town Hall 10s, I would definitely, or even Town Hall 11s, I'd definitely recommend you do some war style attacks and get familiar with these troops. I'll show you 3 raids and then we're going to do a live one, 3 replays, sorry, and then we'll do a live one. I'm not showing that one because that was ridiculous. What a silly base. We'll pick the, should we go the 67%? In fact, let's do one with bowlers. Here we go. So this base, what I was trying to do is a bowler walk, or try and figure out if they were actually useful. Mine are only level 1, but you can see what's happening is the bowlers are slowly dying unless they are targeted by different defences. What happened here was I was sort of looking after Ben and half watching, and then I realised that all my bowlers are dead. I was like, oh dear. And I hadn't even dropped one, which I hadn't realised, so I was massively distracted. So then I dropped my queen and thought, just turn that into a queen walk. And the idea of what I was doing to plan is if I cleared the whole side, so from 12 down till 3 o'clock, if you imagine the base as a clock face, then I can just directly guide in valkyries onto that first inferno, and then potentially the second inferno, etc. So my bowler walk failed, which was a little bit disappointing. You're about to see, the queen walked in and out of the inferno rage, so I was happy that she was able to regain here, and she's moving around. So now what it's giving me is an opening into the base. I don't know what I end up going to do with that final bowler, and if I actually put him to use, but this is it, because you're going to get a 1-star, you're going to get a 2-star really easily. You might as well practice these crazy things in matchmaking and not in war. And that's the whole point I'm trying to make. And you can see there, just getting my jump ready. I was slightly slow on the drop of the Valkyries and everything because I was really distracted. A golem in the CC. I should have pulled the CC. If I was thinking properly, I would have pulled that CC out before I sent in my golem, my king and my valks. I was definitely majorly distracted in this video, so I do apologise for it in this raid, sorry. But There's the free spell down. Valkyries just gutted that core. The queen ended up dying because she the healers died. So I was just trying to use a couple of loons to take down some point defense, but basically the Inferno just melted away my troops, and it was just a really shoddy attack. So yeah, you can see here trying to take down a few more point defense, get the queen a little bit further, but the raid was done. I'll show you a proper attack now. Here we go. So go over ho. It's in fact this was go over low. A couple of hogs to pull the CC. So it's a box base. I'm going to queen walk one side, use a golem and some wizards to clear the path on the other side, and create a route into the town hall. So you see here, sort of 8 o'clock down till 6 o'clock is where my queen's going to walk, and that's going to clear that side out so the Valkyries shouldn't stray. On the more like 5 o'clock, between 4 to 6 o'clock, I'm using the golem and the wizards to funnel there. And then directly at 6 o'clock is where I'm going to break in. Rage spell down there to keep the queen alive, get the healers in it so she heals quickly, and it's going to be a break in down the bottom there. With the wizards starting to take down the defences, the golem ends up dying and it didn't quite work out so smoothly. The jump spell's down, king's down, valk's down, and the only problem is here it took a little while for my Valkyries to go in. So my heal spell placement's down quite soon, and my rage spell placement's down quite soon, but the Valks are sort of distracted by the king, so I was a little bit eager there. That free spell was pretty shocking as well, all down a bit too quick, so again more distracted raiding, but it doesn't matter. So they ended up getting into the core, getting the Inferno tower down, and then with that done, the queen's going to walk around the one side. I've got loons, and I'm starting to use loons on the, you can see I'm targeting the defences, some of the point defences where sort of away from the air defences as I can. Obviously not knowing what base I'm going to hit or how many loons or hogs I'm going to need is sort of, it's always a mystery, so that's why it's just a bit of playing around on this one. You can see the king's got the healers on her, so the king's actually looked out here. He's going to start regaining health. He's already nearly up to halfway, and that's going to really help me out. I dropped a couple of hogs on that cannon so it didn't hurt my queen or king too much, and that worked out nicely. And then everyone's going to move back down to the bottom side of the base and bring home that 3-star. So just threw the earthquake out there for the sake of it, and yeah, able to pick up a nice triple there, which was very good. Next one I'm going to show is, and the final one before we do a live attack, is this one. So go over ho this time, so I brought the hog riders, using wizard to try and push her to go anti-clockwise, and at the top side of the base I tried to get the CC pull, but there was no CC there, and now I've dropped the golem and the giant, so I'm waiting for the giant to die and the arch towers to target the golem so that my wizards aren't going to get targeted when the giant dies, if you see what I mean, which I've now done. Just dropping all the wizards down, creating that big nice wide funnel, and my route I want to go in is straight towards that multi-inferno, and I want to attack in around 3 o'clock and jump through to the Inferno tower, get my Valkyries going in that way. So this was I should have dropped that rage down earlier, it would have saved me using the ability, but all clean so far. I don't need to worry about using the jump spell on the first layer of wall because the Valks will just tear through it. Watch this, there you go. Jump spell now down, look, and watch what's going to happen here. Valks heading inwards. I was much better on my deployment this time. Heal rage down and the free spell there to catch the queen and the Inferno on the multi-target. Golem finally moving through, but now I'm just using some hog riders to help take down some of the point defense that's left, and this raid has gone so much smoother. It's when when I'm actually able to fully concentrate and commit. I can do some pretty good raids. So you can see, I know it wasn't the highest level defense, Town Hall 10, but it was a pretty comfortable 3-star. Always happy to do those sorts of things. And you can see I'm sharing the videos with the guys inside the clan. Just to give them an insight as to what I'm doing. I mean, it's really fun practicing, so we're going to take that ethos and try and do it live now. Just going to gem up what I need. I do need a golem, so in fact I can donate to myself because I haven't got one in the clan castle yet, so bear with me while I log into my Town Hall 9 that is also in the same clan, and hopefully it's all ready. Where are we? Oh, I'm going to have to gem it finished, hold on. 5 gems, that's not too much. There we go. You'll see it come up in a second. There it is. Okay, so troops ready, king, queen, good, spells good. Let's go and find a raid. I don't know how quickly I'm going to find one. It doesn't normally take too long. Obviously, I'm not going to do a Town Hall 11. The idea of this is to practice Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10. That's what I'm trying to do. I am pushing higher in cups. The Town Hall 11s are more frequent now. But I think it's probably low chances where I'm going to hover. This could be a base we could try. Let's have a think about this. How about if we try a walk from 6 till 3, golem in at 2, jump over and through. That could work. Okay, pretty much the first base we've tried we're going to do. Here we go. I'm going to queen walk and CC pull. I don't think I'm going to get it with the queen. Okay, let's have a look. You can see here I'm just using that wizard to try and get me a couple. Make sure the queen goes the right way is the idea. And she's going to get the second one as well, which is great. That's going to make sure she doesn't flick back, I think. I hope. And that cannon will get me if I try and go a bit more forward. In fact, this is the moment that's going to be key. Here we go. Now she's heading the right way. And now she's going to start regaining health, so I can sort of allow her to carry on walking. Meanwhile, golem over here. See the giant, let him die before I drop my wizards. 2, 4, 5, I'm going to use them all. Okay, queen is still walking. Now, as soon as that cannon's distracted, we can worry about dropping the wall breakers in. So, waiting for that cannon to get distracted now. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Queen's breaking in, so we're going to have to do it slightly differently. Okay, king. He can tank for me. Wall breakers in. Okay, here they all go. Rage, jump, ability, heal, poison, freeze, rage. Just trying to get everything going down. Okay, now we're going to drop some hog riders in. See how we get on with those guys. Valkyries are tearing through. Just going to try and keep an eye on what is going on. It's difficult at this point because there's so much. That's a bad choice for those hog placements there. But everything's looking... Well, we've got a nice, easy 2-star to be fair. The Queen's still got the healers on, so she's going to survive a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a 3-star on this one, but it was still a good hit. I mean, it's a max base. Is it fully max? I think it is fully max, actually. So it's good. I don't, I'm not unimpressed with this one. I think for a fresh hit, as in not even pre-planning the army, it's not a bad crack at a pretty decent base. My queen's gonna die in a moment here. They've got nothing going on there. There's too many defenses on her at once, so not gonna be able to do that. Should have saved the hog riders for like now, but a pretty good percentage. Still got the full league bonus. I forgot to pull the CC as well, but you can see what I mean. It gives you a bit of practice on deployment, on understanding the troops, and that's what it's all about. So warming, give it a crack yourself, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.